What's up, everybody? It's Chibi, and today I'm here to bring you a weekly anime review on Gintama 2015. So, we continue on with this Reaper arc, and I am really enjoying this arc quite a bit. I'm really liking the serious atmosphere of this arc, especially this episode. And am I the only one that felt like this episode was 5 minutes? Like, I sat down in the episode, and I felt like it was only 5 minutes, because I reached the credits, like the ending song, and when I saw the ending song, like, wait, what? Like, I really was questioning myself when I saw the ending song pop up in this episode. I'm like, did I really just sit here and watch this for 20 minutes? Is it already really over? I'm like, what the fuck? So, this episode, very good, because I was engrossed into the entire episode to where I didn't even realize 20 minutes passed. It really felt like I was only watching like a 5-minute video. So that right then and there already tells you how good of an episode this was. So this was a very serious episode. It did have some of its jokes, as standard Gintama episodes usually do, but majority of this episode, about 95 to 90% of this episode, was serious. And we get to see some characterization for Gintoki and some hints once again at his past, which I'm really enjoying, because anytime we get information about Gintoki's past, I get very hyped up, because I want to find out more about him, because he's a really cool character, and he has this mystery about him that I want to find out more. So, we come to actually see what kind of developed Gintoki into the type of person he is in the past. For instance, the executioner that we found out in last week's episode that let Gintoki live, let him escape, we come to find out more about that circumstance, and we didn't really find out 100% why he let Gintoki live, but from what we can assume from what information was given to us, was that he saw how Gintoki was innocent, he was a kind-hearted man, and also the executioner was able to cut down the sin of Gintoki and change him and bring back his humanity. That's kind of what the executioner was doing, and this is what I think really was going on in that scene. With the information that has been given to us over the time, for instance, through multiple flashbacks of Gintoki, you could assume that after the death of his teacher, that Gintoki, he led his army, and then, he probably lost, he got captured, and he was about to be executed, and then the dude kind of changed Gintoki's way of thinking and calmed him down where he wasn't just a demon anymore, and turned him into a human that he is like he is nowadays in the series. And you can see how this executioner probably was one of the main reasons why Gintoki is like he is, and why he gives off so many life lessons. Like, to see how he says, like, the only people that can really kind of turn a demon back into a human is to, like, cut down their sins because they have to experience stuff like this. That's kind of what was going on, and it made me really respect the episode, just seeing how that ties in with Gintoki's character since, like, the very beginning of the series. It was a very stunning episode to see something like that written, and it makes me really cherish the writing of this mangaka. Speaking of this mangaka, I saw an article on Anime News Network very recently, about a day or two ago, that supposedly the most loved mangaka in Japan at this moment is the mangaka of Gintama, which, that's great. That's really great, because I feel like the mangaka of Gintama is very open about everything. Like, I mean, the way he shits on himself, he shits on everything else, he shits on, everything. And just the way he talks about it and reveals so many secrets, like, he's like, I don't even know the ending of my damn series. Just, there's so many funny things, and I feel like that's one of the main reasons why everybody loves him as a writer. And I'm glad that he was able to get that high up in status with that, poll and, the voting contest in Japan. So, getting back on point of the episode overall, I like the animation of this episode. The animation was definitely stunning. I mean, it was a lot better than previous episodes of Gintama. Like, I like the eye effect. Like, there was a couple eye effects in this episode. Now, I mean, that's not something entirely new. I've seen that in a lot of anime. I've seen it in Fate. I've seen it in even One Piece from Toei Animation, but they rarely do that, but they do that sometimes. And I really like the eye animation on Gintoki in this week's episode, when, like, he was looking at the Reaper. He's like, you're the true Reaper. You're the true guy. You're a serial killer. And you see his eyes start to glow while he's giving a speech. That was a really, really good scene. I love that. And speaking of good scenes, the music that was played on that boat, where the bridge popped up on the two boats, and you saw, the brother of our girl Reaper, and you heard that music starting to kick in, that music, I think that's brand new. I don't think I've heard that song before in Gintama. That was a really good song, a very good song that was used, even regardless if it's been played before and I might have forgotten it, that was still a good song for that one specific scene of this episode. That bridge scene where, you know, the siblings were facing off and you see the bridge get cut and she's just jumping on the debris to get to her brother. That was such a good scene. One of the best scenes of the episode. Hands down, one of the best scenes. Besides the speech of, you know, seeing what Gintoki was saying, and then also the past, in terms of animation, to the art, to the music and atmosphere, that was probably one of the best scenes of the episode. Now, besides that, where it's going to go, the cliffhanger, it's a bitch. It's straight up a bitch, because Gintama is a series that will kill off characters. It will kill off characters. There is characters that die in this series. I mean, when you have different arcs, you can expect arc characters to die, and with the way it cliffhangered us this week, you could think that maybe the girl died. Like, you know, the girl Reaper died. She got her head cut off by her brother, but we don't know. I mean, Gintama would do something like that. I know for a fact Gintama would try something like that because that's this type of series. I've seen death in the past in the series. Like, I'll never forget that one dog scene with the old man in that one arc. Oh my god, that was fucked up, dude. That was a really fucked up episode. Oh my god, dude. I remember that shit. That made me cry my eyes out. Like, dude, just damn. But anyways, episode overall, though, it was a very, very good episode that I felt like was a great continuation into this arc, and I'm surprised to see how this, you know, episode didn't wrap up the arc. So this is going to be probably one more episode long. I think next week's episode is probably going to wrap up this arc, and then that'll be done with it. I really do hope we get into that past arc, because supposedly from what Chibis are telling me, is this ain't the past arc. So it's kind of upsetting, but I understand that. It'll take some time to build up, and I do know we're, you know, multiple chapters behind what the manga is, which is a good thing, because we have a lot of content to see animated. I just hope we do get to see that past arc very soon, because that's something I'm really looking forward to. I really want to see that shit, because I've heard that it's fucking godly. Like, I heard that was very godly when it got to that point in the manga, so I'm looking forward to seeing how that is done, because I'm itching to see finally Gintoki's past. But, yeah, that's the episode of Gintama this week. If you've yet to go watch it, go fucking watch it. It's very funny in certain reasons, like the barrel scene. Oh my god, that was funny. I like Hichikata's reaction to Gintoki when his face is all beat up. Very funny. Even that fart scene. What the fuck? But, besides that, episode, very serious, very intense. Cannot wait to see what's going to happen. Hopefully, we get another wonderful episode next week. So please be safe. Chibi out.